Hi, my name is Hong Nguyen, and this is Stuart Stone, one of my best friends. I'm a beginning actor, and Stuart is a casting director. I started on this acting journey almost 2 years ago when Stuart and I first met, and he said to me, "Have you ever thought about acting, Dr. Phil? I've been watching your YouTube videos about Botox, and you have a very nice on camera presence." My reaction was, "Really? Me? An actor? You think so? Where do I start?" Actually, my real reaction was, I have a very successful Botox clinic. Why would I want to be an actor? But for some reason, his words struck a chord inside me, and I started to do some research. My first question was, what do I do next? Okay, so what is the first three things that you would tell a beginning actor with no experience, no nothing, that just wants to be an actor?
Training, training, and training. Because without training, there's nothing to sell. So I always tell them, and in the training, you'll understand more and more about the business because you'll probably be meeting other actors. You'll probably, and you will be meeting other actors who have experience. And that's where you'll hear about agents or other workshops and what they've done now. You don't want to follow everybody. And what happens is people will start listening to different people and then, with all the confusion, try to figure it all out. So it's hard to find a kind of a mentor in the business, but if you can find someone successful, they can help show you the ropes, whether it be a casting director, a session operator that runs casting sessions, a producer, a director. It's interesting because I often have producers come and say, "Hey, Stu, what agent should we go to?" Or "How do I do this?" Or, "Now that I've got a baby, what do I do?" And you're a producer. They just don't know how to start because they've always got talent handed to them by the casting director. So they don't know the parts before that. What comes before, I'm going to shoot a commercial, my casting director is going to give me a 10-year-old kid or a mom and a dad. So training, like I said, training's great. I love training. And because again, there, you'll also be able to.
Can you tell if someone's had training or not?
Yes, and sometimes they have had training and they still act like they haven't had training. So again, it's finding the right coaches and knowing what to do. And I always suggest, if you have an opportunity, and now more than ever with everything online, you can contact casting people. You can find out what they suggest. The idea is, I say to people now, follow casting directors on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, whatever you can, and find out if they're doing a class, doing a seminar, just online giving advice. You can join groups in different things like Facebook and ask questions. There's so much easier to get to a casting director. Even 15 years ago, it was so hard because it's almost like they were behind doors, and how do you find them? How do you get to them? And you don't even know who they are. You never knew what their face looked like till all this online stuff, and now you know who they are when you go into a studio. But before, like even when I was younger, I'd go into the casting office. I had no idea. They could have walked right on by and been another actress because we didn't know what they looked like unless someone said, hi Kathy, or hi Sherry, or hi Bob, because then I was like, oh, that's Bob the casting guy, or that's Sherry the casting director. And so then you would know because somehow they knew each other, probably from a previous booking. So I've had people who've emailed me and said, "I'm looking for representation. How do I get into your company?" Well, I'm not an agent, so I don't bring you into the company. So they don't understand agent. They don't understand all the players involved. And it makes them look so green and so bad that either most casting people will probably just delete them. If they're not sending the proper information, like I had someone tell me they wanted to act and do I have any jobs? And I'm like, well, that's an open-ended question because I do have jobs and I am always casting, but who are you? You didn't send a picture. What's your resume? Where do you live? Like, How am I supposed to?
No idea.
Right. So when you ask a question, you sends a bad. So that I often get bad emails, and then they expect to be hired, and I'm like, with over 80,000 actors in the LA database for casting networks, 80,000, and I'm sure it's close to over 120,000 actors easily now. You're going to ask for a job and you're special and different and better in what way that I'm going to use you. And then if you don't present yourself properly, you're a business. If you don't market yourself correctly, guess what happens in a business? You close down.
You don't have any clients.
Yeah, exactly. You go out of business. And being a businessman, you know, what do you got to do marketing and proper marketing.
Thank you so much for joining Stuart and I today on our first video of Win at Acting. And be sure to join us and subscribe for more videos to come. He's going to give the perspective of a casting director and the business behind the acting, whereas I'm going to give the perspective of what do you do to start acting in the first place, because I'm a total newbie beginner actor. I've only been doing this for 2 years, and I want you to know everything you need to know to be successful, because I had no idea what to do to be a beginning actor. Join us soon for our next episode. Take care, guys. Bye.